Race 2, we start our venture onto the all-weather for this 10-race card overall. 6 on the dirt, the Cameron Handicap Class 5. There are 2 of them on the day. This one over 1650, headed by Mr Magellan, who's come up with gate 10 this time, and Vincent Ho jumping aboard for a crack. The Full Bloom, McMonagle, some of his recent work and trials have been a bit better. Natural Flair, Joyful Contender, Megatron, you can take out Sha Tin. Keep Winning, we go all the way down to Master Bernini, who's got another horrid gate. He's had 13, 13, 12 at his last 3. He's got 13 again. Winning Circle, and Rockage has his 3rd start for Francis Lloyd, who had a big night on Wednesday evening. The Full Bloom, everybody's favourite, the Full Bloom. He finally gets down into Class 5 again, where he's won 3 times from 4 starts, Tom.
Yes, but he doesn't have a great record on the all-weather, does the Full Bloom? Winning Circle is likely to go forward here with the light weight of 113 pounds and head off Megatron. We know Megatron's got plenty of speed. Interesting horse here is Peace on Earth, mainly been over 1,000 and 1,200 metres. He's trying 1650 for the first time, so they might be semi-positive with him. Natural Flair and Keep Winning just behind there. You can see Mr Magellan, he's going to need to try and get in from his wide stall.
Just a couple of bits we're going to show you here with the scratching of Sha Tin. The first one being Mr Magellan. Like, he's been consistent, he gets you every time. He runs placings twice here in Class 5 and he's come on again.
You're talking like a deflated man, Paul.
I've still got him on top, right?
Okay.
Master Bernini, he goes nicely enough here this morning. As you said, his barrier draws have been the one for
Shockers.
him. Yeah, another bad one, but look, he goes nicely enough.
Yeah, you're not on your own with Mr Magellan. No. I just keep to come back to him again, really, don't we? Yeah. Here he is, Speak of the Devil. This one was on the turf. We know he's had 1 go on the all-weather. That was 2 ago, behind the aforementioned Sha Tin, who's been scratched. So the form does read quite well for the surface.
No, it does. And look, he's only had that, as you mentioned, that 1 go on it, and that was a 3rd over this distance. So he drew 11 on that occasion. He's drawn, 10 here. So he'll come in 1 with Sha Tin, so he's into 9. Look, he's going to run a race once again, and eventually he'll win.
He's got any money left to put on him. He's been a money muncher.
He has a little bit. Yep.
Yeah, he's been beaten favourite a few times, but I think he gets another opportunity, a clear one too. Now, Winning Circle, what about the cheekiness of this run from him out in front? He got nutted final stride by Sha Tin. Mr Magellan was in this. Master Bernini, he's been racing well, but he's had the bad draws. I think Me Blanco's one worth considering again as a chance too. Yeah,
well, they took Winning Circle back to Happy Valley last time out, beaten by Wonderful Tiger 3 1/4. He was in front and then he just folded over the last 200 metres, but he certainly gave you a side here, and I think he'll be the leader in this race. Blinkers are coming off, pacifiers with the cows are being reapplied, so he's interesting here with the lightweight.
This last stride, you'd be dirty, wouldn't you, if you're on Winning Circle there at 64 to 1, but could he do that again, Paul?
I've got him in down on a minor line. I think he'll look like the winner with a couple hundred to go, but I think he'll get overhauled late.
All right, I wonder if it's McMonagle to do it.
Well, I thought this was probably worth showing because I thought there was some improvement in the trial. Now, he had no blinkers on in this recent trial, and he's got no blinkers on in this race. Neil Callan rides for David Hall. 12 so far for Zip. What's he had in the market? 37 and 7.2, but it was a better trial. He was still pushed out, though.
There was 1/5 in there, and it was on the all-weather.
I'm happy to leave him out.
I've looked at him a few times as well, but like the Full Bloom, he is down in class. But, yeah, there's a lot of humming and ahhing going on around McMonagle.
He's yours, you two.
I don't want him. No, he's not in mine either. Joyful Contender, Keep Winning. Do we throw these in?
I haven't got them in, either one of these two, but look, Joyful Contender has been on the all-weather a few times and has been placed on it.
I actually threw Joyful Contender because I didn't mind the barrier trial here. He hasn't gone to the line with a lot of pressure. The top 2 have cleared out. That was actually Elite Patch winning that barrier trial over Le Terroir. We know what Elite Patch came out and did last weekend, made a mess of them.
And Le Terroir's won about 4 of his last 5. Both those horses put in unacceptable performances last start, so they were required to go back to the trials. Keep Winning was a winner on this surface last season, but it's been out of bounds since then,
Joyful
basically.
Contender's actually gone close in the past. He was nutted on the line in a race last season.
Mr Magellan, I was going to say McMonagle for you, Paul, but that's not the case.
No,
the wrong M.
We'll stick with Mr Magellan here. To be fair to him, he was 10 to 1 when he was placed on it last time, 2 starts ago. Master Bernini, Me Blanco loves his surface. He'll get back, run on and Winning Circle from the front, 111, 9, 12.
It wasn't a race that I was overly keen on all round, but I've gone with the top weight here, Mr Magellan. basically last chance saloon, really. Surely must win this because there's not a lot else to choose from in this race. Joyful Contender, he's gone close in the past. Look, Me Blanco might be half a chance. He had an excuse last time out, caught wide, lame right front. And I'll throw in Master Benini, but he's a 23 start maiden, so he's hard to get excited about with the draw, 1, 5, 9 and 11.
There's a lot of horses starting with M in the tips for this race. I'm with you. I've got Mr. Magellan on top too, so give him strength to finally break that maiden status to start 13. That's the first two done and dusted on this edition of Racing to Win. There's plenty more coming up on the other side of this.